Good morning, party people. Hello, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I'm here today. We're going to do project number 2, utilizing Soft Flex Lucky Charms. I'm going to get us set up over here. We're going to get this party started. Dun, dun, dun. Gotta just put us on live chat. And we'll be ready to rock and roll. There's everybody coming in. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Miss Mary. I know I'm on time today. Look out. Good morning, Leslie. I'm on time. You never know. The world is my oyster. Get my chats working here. Dun, 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 dun. Good morning, Rosanna. All right, I think we're working. We're on live. We're doing it. We're doing it. Hello. And Miss Jan and Anita. Yeah. Totes. Good morning, Miss Mary. I liked because it's free. Yes, you can like me. It's free. Won't cost you a dime. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Seem very energized this morning. I got some sleep. Must have been the ducky race. No, it was not the ducky race. I got some sleep last night. It was quite good. I got sick first, which was weird. I got like nauseous sick. And I was like, oh, I don't feel good. And then, so I had like my rag and I had my little ice packs, my cold packs, and I took some medicine. And I was like, ugh. And then I fell asleep. And then I woke up one time in the night. And then I went back to sleep. And I slept all night long. So I was like, oh yeah, I got some sleep. Good morning, Kimberly. Yeah, that's kind of how it's been going. Good morning, Annie. I'm still in my pajamas because I don't have to work today. Yay! Yay for no work. Pants are not required. I am in kind of jammies, not really. I'm in Jefferson's t-shirt from 20 years ago because it's the only thing that fits right now. All my t-shirts got packed up. They don't fit. How's your mom doing? Didn't you say she was sick and couldn't come to the shower? Yes, my mom is doing better, but she's still, she has pneumonia. So I don't know if she originally had pneumonia or if she got pneumonia now or what happened, but but she's on medicine and she says she's doing better. And I talked to her a couple days ago and she said she was still kind of in the bed. You know how you just don't be not be getting out of the bed. Yeah. But she said she felt better. She just sounded really bad. So I don't know. When I had that stuff, it literally lasted like a month and a half. That was over the Christmas break. Uh-oh. Good morning. Hi, Cheryl. All right. I hope everybody's here and everybody has their coffee. We're going to get this party started. We're going to make a Unakite bracelet today, a button bracelet, I believe. Good morning, Sassy Pants. Waiting for everybody to get logged in. Today is Wednesday. Let me see. Do I have things today? Today is Wednesday. We are going to do the morning coffee. The nurse is coming today at 11. I'll meet with her. And then we're going to have members only at 2 instead of 3 today. Because I'm supposed to go with the nurse to the pregnant moms group and do watercolor painting at the library and make friends. So I got to go do that. You know how that goes? They said I have to go make a friend, so I'm going to go make a friend. Good thing I slept yesterday. Come on, let's go do this beading. Yeah, so I decided not to cancel members only. I'm just going to bump it up an hour. I might have to do that next week too, because we're supposed to go have a tour of the hospital room at the hospital. And she's like, come on Wednesday at 3. And I'm like, of course, everything in Bismarck is on Wednesday at 3. I don't know why. What are we doing with this? Christmas seems like it was years ago instead of just a couple months ago. Oh, I know. I sent Melissa. Not Melissa. Amber. I was unpacking and I found an extra Christmas box. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to send this to Amber. And so I did. And then I sent it with absolutely no context. She called me. And she's like, what is happening with all of this amazingness? And I was like, oh, this is the Christmas box. And then she was like, oh, and then we were talking about how if Christmas felt like it was a million years ago. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Nice. Nice way to meet some other moms. Yeah, I hope that the class goes good. It's supposed to be a watercolor painting class at the library. But I'm excited because I've been wanting to go to the library and get my library card. I just haven't found the day or the time to go do that. And so now I'm going to do that. Because I like to have a library card no matter where I'm at, just in case I need it. Oh, I forgot my coffee. Ooh. A tour of the hospital room. Is that a thing now? I guess it's a thing. My nurse said they do it every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. It's the only time they do it. And then they like explain where you're supposed to go when you come in and where you're supposed to park. I'm sure a lot of you have a bigger hospital. We have like, our hospital's in downtown. And here in Bismarck in downtown, there's a lot that's like all one-way streets and stuff. So it's kind of confusing. And then in addition to it being downtown, they basically just bought up a bunch of little other old businesses. And so it's like, it's not like a campus like you would think, like a hospital campus where everything is just on the campus like normal people, because that's just not how it is. It's like some's over here and some's over there, and then you got to go on another street because that's a one-way street, and some's down past the Capitol building. Some's over here in the old Kmart building. Like it's kind of a wreck. In addition to that, it's right next to the Catholic hospital, and so it can get kind of confusing about like where you're supposed to be. But yeah, they give you a tour of the room, and they let you know, I guess, like, I don't know, she says it's like a 30-minute tour, and they tell you where to go, where to park, when you should come, and like all that stuff, and who you should call prior to coming, and all that business. I guess. I don't know. But, you know, for people who have anxiety like me, works out pretty good. Good morning. Okay, so we're still using Lucky Charms from Softflex Company. So this is going to be our second bracelet project with the Lucky Charms. And this is what we're using. We're using the Unakite drops because they're awesome. We're going to use the button. Check last button. We're going to use all the little clovers. I'm going to do one of these numbers, like so. And then we got to ask ourselves, I suppose we should do it on, I was going to say, should we knot it? But then I'm like, we should probably use the wire, because they sent the green wire. Uh-oh, where did I put the green wire? Oh, here it is. They sent this emerald wire, which I mean, yeah, we should probably use that, huh? So then we're going to need just a little piece of leather, and we should be ready to rock. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, those of you who are just joining us. Hi, Heather and Cynthia and Eve. Good morning, and Terry. Link Cat Online Library for ebooks. They have an online library for ebooks? Do you have to have a Kindle? I'm confused. Is it like an actual library where you can like download them? That seems very interesting. Good morning. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Catherine. Hello. No, Dollar Bead Box did not have Unakite. Always after me Lucky Charms. I have not made anything with the February box yet. I don't know. I can't remember anything, so good luck asking me about what they had and didn't have. Can't remember nothing. All right, let's get this party started. Let's get these on here. Let's get them strung up. Now, here's the deal. I can already tell based on, I'll put the jump rings, but based on this, looking at the spacing, we're gonna need something for these, like some seed beads or some crystals or some spacey beads or something. But let's get these ready to rock first. Maybe I'm wrong. It's totally a possibility that I am incorrect. You can download them and then they expire and disappear. Ooh. I don't have a Kindle. I never really understood the point of having a Kindle. But I like books, like physical books. And so maybe that's why I was never really interested in getting a Kindle. But also, whenever I do have books, I generally just listen to them like audiobooks now. So maybe that's why. But I know a lot of people have Kindles and they like them, or some kind of reading device. I was gonna get one for my grandma when she was still alive, but she was like, I don't think I'm into that. I was like, okay, well, you could get all kinds of books, because she was still ordering books from the book ordering people, where they're like $5 or whatever in the mail. Ooh. And she had Wi-Fi after I'd gone home and had to work and stuff. Grandpa put Wi-Fi in at the farm when Grandpa was sick and I was home for all that time. I was like, you gotta get internet. Them's the rules. So he did. Remember, Grandma told me, you keep that Wi-Fi in your room. Remember that? I was like, okay, Grandma, I will. Alright, so I got them hooked up. Somebody's asking me a question. You can use your phone or your computer. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But some people have like an iPad, they use that. Randy, I happen to love the way that your group is so interactive. Oh, thank you. You can come here and be interactive too if you'd like. I'm really I'm just here doing things, and I just give people an excuse to be here, and then they just carry on with their bad self. I'm just like, oh, is someone talking to me? Most of the time, they're not talking to me. So if I missed your comment, that's why. You can read in the dark and not disturb your husband. You don't need a physical Kindle, but an app. Oh. Yeah. I'm still reading that one book. I got a new book on my my Hooba Jobber. What do I have? I have Audible, and it's called It's Not Her. It's a murder book. So I'm just getting into it. It's kind of rough. I've been reading baby books for I don't know, what feels like forever. So I was like, I'm going to switch it up. Because I was reading, when I got pregnant with Sievert, I was reading, what to expect in the first year. And then we kind of skipped ahead a bunch because he got delivered at 26 weeks. So then I was reading about delivery, And then, so anyway, then I had to go and got pregnant with Squish. I had to go back and try to figure out what I missed. And then I did that, and then I forgot all that I had read already because it's such a long book. And then I had to start over. So that's where I'm at with that. So I decided to take a break. Oh, I'm looking for some seed beads in here. This is all I have out at the time, at this particular moment. The seed beads are still packed up somewhere. Haven't found them yet. But we do have a little bit of stuff here. Ooh, got some spacers. We might need those. I have gold. I don't want gold. I've got this annoying green. That's not what I want. No, I don't like any of this. What about this African trade mix? Is that crazy? Ooh, I'm going to break everything by the time we get out of here. Am I mad at it? That doesn't really go with my check button. I better not do that. Okay. Let's see. Let's just see here. We got to have a little something. Here's some crystals. I just wanted to do it easy peasy so I don't have to wrap my Unakite guys. These ones are probably better. Alright, let's try this. These are completely unrelated to this project, but since I have them in my hand. These are mourning beads. Queen Victoria mourning beads. They are old, from whatever century that was, the Victorian period. They've not been circulated. And they're double drilled. Isn't that crazy? I got those from Jeff. Not my Jeff, Bead Jeff, obviously. He had a whole bunch of uncirculated mourning beads. I don't know why. Because he's a crazy person. Alright. Okay. Good morning, everybody. What do the doctors say? What do the doctors say? No, you shouldn't have to pay for the app. Maybe the pinch beads. Oh, you think the pinch beads? She says, look at the beads they give us. All right. Here's the pinch beads. They don't match the button, though. Oh, maybe it's these. Yeah. I think we talked about this. I feel like we've talked about this. Okay, you're right. I feel like we talked about this and then I just forgot. That seems appropriate. Okay, well, we'll put these over here. Cool. So now, I'm going to try it. We'll see how they hang. I'm a little concerned that my drops are going to bump into my other stuff. But we'll give it a whirl, see what we can do. Open! These are Tinky Tots. They're not actually supposed to be in this little tube. I just put them in here because I like my stuff to be in little tubes. So like, tape on them. These are like 2 and 3 millimeter little daisy spacers or whatever. If you like these, we sell them on Thunderhorse Descendant. Alright. Then we'll put this together. And then we'll deal with the leather part at the end. We did talk about it. Yeah. Or are you having deja vu? What goodies did Bead Jeff bring back from Tucson? Well, I haven't been up there yet, so I can't speak to the whole hoopla. However, I can say that it looks like there is a ton a ton of moonstone. I don't know if he got a good deal or what happened. I haven't talked to him. But he is real serious about all his moonstone. I can tell you that much for free. Other than that, Amber's texted me a couple times about a few things. But I haven't really been jumping on the train because, you know, we're getting off here pretty soon for a while. Till August, at least, or something. We're doing something with this baby. So, I haven't really been paying attention too much, honestly. And also, I didn't want to be tempted. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the button. Now, normally, with a shank button, and I'm doing a bracelet, I would normally put a jump ring in here. However, since this one is check glass and the shank is glass, I'm not going to do that because it's more likely going to break if I put a metal jump ring in there. So I'm going to just use the string because it's more flexible. But if it was like a metal shank, I would definitely do a jump ring to give it like a hinge. That's just me. You do what you want. That's just me. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for today. I think my stroller and stuff's supposed to be getting delivered. And I got all those meetings today. So I got stuff going on. I got post and whatnot to do. I got orders to ship. Okay, I'm going to leave. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to leave a pretty good flexible part right there. So it don't get crazy. Make sure I ain't got my lines crossed. And there we go. Crimp looks good. Baby, things are getting serious. Yeah, I know. All right. Let me see. I'm going to start with one of these. I don't know if this is going to go over that. Is it? Probably not. With its tinky tiny little self. You can go in there? No. Yes? I think it is. It is. Alright, can I just say, it's crazy to me those gold ones we were using yesterday don't fit, but these ones do. Because those gold ones were like 6s. They must have had a really small hole in the middle. That's crazy town. Anyway, here we go. So I'm going to start here. I'm just making this up as I go along. And I think what I want to do is I want to do 2. Should I do a spacer in between? To be determined. Let me see. Let me see how it looks. Let me do a spacer here. Is that going to look funny on my drop? Hold on. This got a little hook in the end here I don't care for. There we go. All right. Just giving it a little bit of a space. I think that's going to happen regardless, since we did not wrap these. See there? See the space? Now, I mean, I could put a bicone. Let's just give it a little whirlsy, see what we think. appear to be 4s. Significantly less, but still there. I think I like that better. I'm gonna do it. If you don't have a bicone, you could try if you have a decent seed bead. I did not have one out. Yeah, I don't have a smaller silver bead unpacked, Eve. We looked at that, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm not mad at it. Give it a little sparkle. Although I am adding crystals, just FYI. Okay, and then, now here's the next part. I don't want to put my jump ring next to my crystal, so I'm going to put this guy. And then this one. Now, I don't want it to get too long. Let me see. I feel like I gotta incorporate some jump rings here. Not jump rings, some spacers. In my personal opinion, you could put spacers wherever you want, as long as they're incorporated. I think it's fine. It's just my opinion. So instead of putting them on the outside, I'm putting them right next to the little guy there, which I'm not mad at. The 6 is staying put, the 6mm jump ring. We're going to call that a day, I believe. Not how I foresaw it going, but this is where we're at. Okay. On to the next one. Now I wonder, I guess it doesn't really matter how large I make this part because I can adjust it with the leather end. So let's just get a couple on there and see what we get. See if we like it. Arguably, they're not hitting into one another, so that's good. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna like it. Tinky Tots. Yeah, these are Tinky Tot spacers, Mary. Tinky Tot spacers, the 3mm. I've just been calling all our itty bitty things Tinky Tot because then you guys know that they're small. You know? They're like super small. I think these fire polish were a good call. Good thing we got a reminder about that. Are you guys making stuff today? This is very cute. I like it. Good. I'm glad you like it. Ooh. This is the last. Kind of want to make sure these are. I guess I didn't do it with that one, did I? No. These two. I'm going to put this one the other way. Normally I would put them facing each other. I didn't do it with that one. And I guess I'm just going to put this, they're all going to go one way on this bracelet. There we go. They said pay attention to that. We all know PK loves green. Is she here loving green? Where you at, PK? She's probably working. She said she's a busy lady. I am a spacer girl. I know Rosanna is as well. Yes. Rosanna's like, we need spacers. You know, I think it was Amber who kind of got me into the like non-spacer situation. You know what she uses? Instead of metal spacers all the time. Like very seldomly does Amber use a metal spacer. She uses Precious Crystal like 100% of the time as a spacer bead. And I asked her about it one time. I was like, what's the deal with that? And she's like, oh, I guess I never thought about it. I was like, no. So, to each their own. We're on our last one here. Aren't these Unakite great? I love them. I love Unakite. I love them. Okay, and then on the end we got crystal. Then we got 2 fire polish. And we got a little spacer. And we got the crimp tube. And that's all she wrote about that. Okay, now before we just start crimping our life away, a couple of things we could do here. Obviously, this is not large enough for like a whole bracelet by itself, but that's fine because we're going to get some leather. This is a leather button bracelet. Am I going to go with this one? Lots of options. You could do a flat leather. I've done it with buttons before. You can do a round leather. This is a 1.5. I've got black. Got black and 1.5. Let's see. Do I want to do black? I guess I could. This is more of like a red mixy kind of brownish. Maybe I'll do the black. Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining, some rat tail. Now this is a little softer. I don't think I want to use that. But yeah, you could use a whole array of things if you really wanted to. Crystals or seed beads as spacers more often than metal. Oh, so Kimberly does it too. Good morning, River's daughter. Good morning. I have only been beading since October, and I have 5 million beads. I never have the exact one that you need. Well, yep, that's how it goes. I have a pocket boggle game that keeps the 3-year-old entertained. I thought you were going to say, I got a pocket full of sunshine. Who's going to the DMV? I'm sorry, I was doing my thing. I missed the whole works. Oh, no, not the DMV. Oh, Heather's going to the DMV. Okay, so right here we could do some stuff. This is where you can get jiggy with it if you want to. So you could crimp it and then just put your leather on, hook your leather on. You could use a ring of some sorts. You could use a little chain. There's a little piece of chain right here. We could use that to crimp our leather onto. I don't know that I've done that in a while. Maybe I have, I can't remember. I don't think I have done that in a while. Maybe we'll give that a whirl. Okay. I haven't done this in a million years. Okay, we got this little piece of chain. This is the piece of chain that we cut off the bracelet extender yesterday. Okay, it's nothing snazzy. It's bracelet extender chain. It's laying here. We're going to use it. So, I'm at the end. I have my crimp tube on there. Now I just flung it way over. Here it is. I'm going to put this through the end. So the moral of this story is I'm going to weave this green cord all up through this chain, okay? So, am I going to go every single one? I don't know if I am. No, I don't think I will. I'll go every other one. That might make it look funny. I'm going to go every other one. Boop. Going back and forth, 1, 2, and back and forth, 1, 2. I got a pocket full of sunshine. Ooh, We're going to get dinged for that. And back and forth. 1, 2. And there's a third one on the end, so I'm just going to go through that. Boop. Okay, so this is what we got. We just got this. Looks kind of funky. Funky is what we're going for because we're crazy people, right? Now, before we go back to our jump ring, we're going to make a little circle with this. We're going to go back through the very end piece of chain. The moral of the story is you want to create a link, like a circle, you see? Okay, it doesn't really matter how you do it. You just want to create a circle. It's just supposed to be fun, texture-y type stuff. And then we're going to go back through this crimp tube. It's going to look like a big old hot mess for the first 5 seconds. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. Okay. Go through here. Go through there. Go through this little tiny tinky totter. Get in there, you. Go through a bead. Or 2. Because we like that kind of thing. Alright. Now we're going to pull everybody down. So we can start our crimping process. Now right here, you got to leave extra wire up here in this loop. Okay. I pulled it kind of tight, which I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so we're just going to have like this. And then we're going to crimp it. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to leave enough space for my beads. And we're going to crimp it. Crimp. Crimp, crimp. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Crimp is good. Cut this off. Now, I got to get myself a little tinky tot. It might be fine. I'll just hook them together. Okay, so I'm going to open up one of these little pieces of chain. And I'm going to connect it to the end of the other one, just because it's stainless steel. And then give it a little cut. Okay. And I'm going to connect this to the end of the other one. Just so it makes a complete loop. And then I'll just close it up like a jump ring. Easy peasy. Alright, so now we have this little loop of chain. It's just supposed to be fun, right? Just for funsies. You don't have to do this. But that's where we're going to stick our leather. So now we got to figure out how much space we got going on here. Okay. So we're at about 6, and let's call it a half by the time we get the, well, 6 1/4. 6 1/4. So we don't need that much leather, really. We just need a little bit. So I got the 1.5 millimeter black leather here, and I'm just going to get me a little snippet. And we're going to go through here, through the chain, and this is just where we're connecting on to, right? And if you can do fancy knots and whatnot, do that, okay? See, it's just supposed to give it a little something. If you can do fancy knots and do whatever you want to do, do that. I cannot, so I'm going to tie a knot, an overhand knot right here onto this little loop. And I'm going to get it up real close because we don't need a whole lot of space to get us to a 7, 7.5, sizing situation. Okay, so we just want to make sure that our button can fit through here. So we're going to tie another knot, big enough where the button can fit through. You don't want to make the buttonhole too big because it'll slip off, right? So because it's going to be like this. So if there's too much hoopla over here, you know, you're going to end up in a problem. So I'm going to make mine about right here. Another overhand knot. And I just kind of bring it in like so. Kind of eyeballing it a little bit. Okay. Here, bring this guy through there. Make sure he can fit comfortably. A little tight. Gotta back him up a little bit. So that's probably going to give us a 7, 7.5. The good thing with leather is it is going to relax. It can probably wiggle in a little bit. And then you could even go so far as to tie another if you wanted to have 2 options. If you didn't want to have 2 options, you could put some beads on the end here. Have yourself a lovely day. Okay, we got 2 sizes. Where's my cutter? Oh, here it is. We're going to do a little snippy. Boop. Okay. First one. Is giving us average 7. 6 3/4, right on the line to a 7. It's an average 7. Second one. 8. 8 1/4. 8 1/4. So you got your 2 sizes. Now, a couple of things you can do. Let's say you're out selling these at a show. Somebody only wants to be using this one. They try it on. You tell them, try it on before you buy it. Try it on. They try it on. They put it on the first one. They say, oh yeah, this is good. Okay. You say, okay, here's the thing. You can take this one, you can put it over the top and use it as a lock when you wear it to make sure the button don't come undone. If you want to. You tell them, you get it wet. Once you get it where you want it, put your hand under water. It's going to lock in like that. No worries. If you don't want to mess around with that, you just take your cutter and you just cut that right off. And there you go. There you go. Have a lovely day. And then they just have this. Okay? Easy peasy. Another option is we could put a little something on here if we had something. I don't know that we have anything. If we wanted to deck up our little chain area, we could. We could do a little something. We got a lot of hangy down bits though, and they're kind of in a pattern, so I don't know if we really want to do that. But you could. Another option you could do is that you could do this beaded part and not put the charms on, and then you could put the charms on this part, so when you put it over the top, or you could put them here in the buttonholes, then they look like they're supposed to be just on the end, if that makes sense. They would be like over here hanging down. And when you put your bracelet on, you just make sure they're either in front of or behind the button. Options. But yeah, that's the dealio. A multitasking bracelet. Yeah. And it's super cute. Look at that. Yeah, I find that I sell a lot of leather bracelets at shows. People really like, they like the button. I really like the button. I think the button is one of my favorites right next to the Old Faithful. The Old Faithful ball and socket for bracelets. I really prefer them 100% over a toggle. That's just me. I've lost so many toggle bracelets. I've also lost so many magnetic bracelets Not the super magnet bracelets, but like, you know, the ones with like the little rhinestones on the ball, on the magnet. They're just not the earth magnets. The earth magnets are really strong, the super magnets. But yeah, I think the button is probably one of my favorites because you can do a lot with it. I need to use more leather. It intimidates you. Oh my goodness, I have a whole bunch of leather. Another fun thing about leather that you could do, like if you were like, oh, this is really pretty, but the black is a little much. Get your patina paints out, and you just do a little swoosh, swoosh, little something on the leather, because patina paint will stay on leather. You can do a metallic. You can do green. You can make it match whatever colors you got going on in your bracelet. You could do a silver, like an edge, and that'll make it look more like artisan type and not as blunt. Or you could use a brown if you prefer. It's up to you. You could have also used a large whole bead with the button, and it can be a lock. Yes, you can also do that. Magnets of questionable lineage. I like to add a safety chain. Oh, I've never added a safety chain on a button bracelet before. However, I have added one. Oh, you mean on a magnetic bracelet? Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. Annoying though, because it gets stuck in the bracelet, in the magnet. I have added, I'll generally always add a safety onto like wrap bracelets. Not if they have a lot of wraps, but sometimes I only make them where it's like the one cuff, like a you know, with the wrap bracelet. And then I'll do like a chain that connects the two little loops on the end. I like that. That's kind of cute. Then you can put charms on the bottom and it kind of looks like it's supposed to be like that. Yeah. So anyways, there we go. That is our Unakite bracelet doings. I think it turned out pretty good. Let's put on. Another thing that I like about buttons is they're easy to put on yourself most of the time. I don't want to speak before I get my button bracelet on. But for the most part, yeah. Okay, so there you go. So if this wasn't here, it wouldn't be sticking out obnoxious. But again, you can go back over the top and then it sticks down like that, you see. Even better if it has weight on it. So this is a 7. This is a little more dangly than I would normally wear, like looseness. I like my bracelets to not move because I'm a crazy person. But yeah, cute. I like the look. Look at them. They're so cute. Hanging down. Easy peasy. Well, that was fun. We still got a few beads left. Yeah. Got a little razzle dazzle on there. I think I like yesterday's better though, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty impressed with yesterday's. Should we look at it? I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so impressed with this one. I mean, both are good, I guess. Both are good. Depends on your style. Yeah. This one I think would be a little more wearable. Because when I try to put this one on, I probably can't get it on myself. I'm really bad at this. You would think, after all the time. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. Okay. I guess I can get it on there. See, I got little wrists though. I don't even need all that. Could you imagine if we had all 3 inches? Jeepers. Thank you so much. I have missed seeing y'all's life got so busy. Yeah, we're busy over here. Holy Hannah. And we're about ready to get more busy. Jefferson was kind of freaking out yesterday. He told me his, so, you know, I told you guys one of his guys put in his resignation at his work. And now he's kind of like, I hope they let me off. And I'm like, me too. So we'll see how that goes. with magnets of questionable lineage. I just add a safety chain. I love a button closure. It's simple and it's easy. I'm really basic when I wear magnets. I put small safety chain on it. I do both. I love turquoise, so it's my favorite. The one from yesterday is given tribal feels. The one from yesterday is given more tribal feels than the one from today. I don't know. I think the one from today gives me more tribal feels than yesterday. Maybe not. I don't know. Both are kind of rusticy. 6-inch wrist. Tiny wrist problems. Hashtag run tiny wrist problems. Yeah, right? Me too. That was one of the reasons. More busy for the rest of your life. Yeah, probably. That's one of the reasons I kind of wanted to start making jewelry, is because when I would buy jewelry out, for my like bracelets, they would be super big, and then I'd be like, oh, and I'd have to clip like, I'd always get the lobster, and I'd have to clip like, you know, this far into the bracelet, and also there was an extender, so there's like this much hanging off. So then I'd clip it, and then I'd just cut it off. This was my solution before I started making jewelry. And like, sometimes that's not always possible when it's like, I mean, it kind of is, like, because if you had like a chain bracelet, but then it always looks like not, like the pattern or whatever is not right. Or if it was like beaded, then you couldn't really cut it. So then I got into wearing a lot of stretch bracelets. But as we know, stretch bracelets will eventually break, and that can be kind of problematic as well. It's just like, ugh. You love both, but yesterday's is my favorite. Yeah. Both are good. What else do we have from Zoflex? Oh, yeah, we have the earrings. We have the earrings. I still have the little leprechaun on here. I don't know. Don't know about that. I got the earrings. These will be simple. And then these kind of Eastery colors. I have not got anything planned for those. I like these little flowers. I'll probably do these guys and just take pictures of them and put them up. But yeah, I think that's what we got going for today. Thank you. I have a tighter closure because they will all slide off my hand. Oh yeah, have you ever been somewhere and you're just really blah, 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 and then something just goes flying off? I've done that. You're afraid of stretch bracelets and jump rings? Well, for stretch bracelets, I use mostly the Alonga stretch bracelet, and then I double it up instead of like maybe the Stretch Magic or something. Simply because when the Alonga starts to fray, it lets you know, like, hey, you might want to restring this pretty soon. You know, it's like a warning sign. You don't really get that with the other one. You just get, you know, it just breaks. With the Alonga, you'll get little strings coming out, and you'll be like, oh, we need to do something about that. This is why I make my own jewelry. Lurkers, please hit the like button. It's anonymous. Yeah, you don't have to tell people you like me. It's fine. Since last May, I went from 248 to 187. Oh, what an accomplishment. I don't know the math on that, but it seems like a lot. Seems like you've really been working, Tina. Not me. Jeff asked me yesterday how much weight I gained, and I've gained, let's see, 25. Well, at the last appointment when they weighed me, because I don't have a scale here, I've gained 25 pounds thus far. I've got 3 to 5 weeks left of the pregnancy, and we decided that that's not very much, actually. Good to know. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Attention everyone, I clicked the like button. Thank you for liking. Yeah, so, okay, in recap, we just got a few minutes left. It's over 60 pounds. Yay! Well, good for you. I've just been trying to work on eating better food. I've been doing pretty good with that. And cooking food. You know, like cooking food instead of just like eating out food or ordering in food or doing quick foods like, you know, like frozen foods or something. Which I didn't always do a lot of frozen foods. I'm more of like a snacker person. Like I'll make a little plate and I'll have like, there'll be little pieces of cheese and apples and half a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Like, who knows? A piece of yesterday's taco on there. Who knows? So that's how I do it, but it's never really like a lot of healthier food. So I've been being better about that, and then cooking dinner. So I have been trying to cook dinner, and I've been working on that since last year. It's easier when Jeff isn't around, but he's getting better too with like eating at home. Not just because of like the whole cooking thing, but also because of the money. Because Jeff's really bad. Like he'll go out to eat just because it's like convenient when he's like working or he's in the truck or whatever's happening. And I mean that can add up to a lot of money. And I'm like, hey, baby, my God, no, we're gonna have a baby. We're gonna have to what do they call that? Reallocate the funds. We got to reallocate the funds. Of the eating out and the going, the work, the walking around money's got to be reallocated to baby things. I was already plus size when I got preggers, my daughter 28 years ago, and I gained 20 pounds. Yeah, arguably I'm already plus size too before I got pregnant. So I don't know if that means you gain less or not, but I have been working on eating all the things they told me to eat. So that's going good. I gained 30 pounds in my last pregnancy, and 15 of it was twins. Well, that's pretty good, Gloria. 7 pounds, 11 ounces, and 7 pounds, 9 ounces. Full-term twins. Does that mean you went, like, is full-term twins different than regular full-term? Like, did you go 40 weeks? Is that like, or 30, what is it? They consider it 38 to 40 weeks? Yes, even awful fast food is high. Yeah. Well, yeah, like McDonald's and stuff. Like Jeff always does like his morning break at work. He'll go and like get like a coffee from McDonald's or like a sandwich or whatever. And it's like, yeah, you know, like you got to have something, but does it have to be? I just told him yesterday, I'm like, you need to stop eating at the McDonald's because you're going to have heart attack. Like, I've been telling him that for I don't know how long. But yeah, so it's like, it's got to be, you know, between $6 and $10 to get a sandwich and a coffee. It's probably more than that, actually. At least $10 probably at McDonald's. Like 6 to 10 in like a day. That's a lot of money. We got to reallocate. How are you and Squish doing? I hope everything is going good. As far as everything that we know right now, everything is going good. We go to the doctor on Friday, and they're going to tell us some stuff. So, I don't know what they're going to tell us. She's been trying to talk me into scheduling induction, and I don't really want to do that. But then, last time I was there, she said, well, your blood pressure. And I was like, what about my blood pressure? She's like, well, we've been watching it and it's high. And I'm like, no, it's not. And she was like, yeah, it is. Anything over 120, over 80 is high. And I think last time she took it, it was like, remember she took it the day after my birthday and I'd gone out to the Texas Roadhouse and had steak and all that. And it was like 136. And I was like, ooh. You remember? And I was like, that doesn't count. I was at the Texas Roadhouse eating steak. And I had it this morning for leftovers. But she's like, well, if it gets higher, we're going to have to do it. And I'm like, okay, well, so we're going to check it on Friday. And then She's like, maybe we should just schedule it just in case. We don't have to do it, with just in case. And I'm just like, yeah. But I have noticed, as of 2 days ago, when I lay on my other side, not my left side, but my other side, I can't breathe very good. So I'm like, ooh, maybe that's not good. So I'm gonna ask her about that. Don't let him see that guy who has over 35,000 Big Macs as the record holder. Selena Grace will be a year old tomorrow. Oh, how fast the time is going. Twins are 34 now. 6'4" and 6'2". Well, that's pretty good, Gloria. The twins usually come early, but mine one is usually less weight. Does Jefferson get decent paternity leave? We were just talking about that, and no, not really. I mean, I don't know. We don't know how that's going to look. Because he put in for it. Well, he put it in the calendar. He's been talking to him about it. They've kind of been hawing around. Well, and so that's why he was kind of like scaredy pants. But this other guy put in his resignation because him and this other guy run the shop. So now that guy's going to be gone. And he's like, oh, like at the end of the month. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I guess we'll see. And they love their mom. Both of mine were induced. One because of water broke, and the other one because they're not reacting the way that they should have been. Both were fine. Well, that's good. Yeah. I mean, if I have to do the induction, I will. I was kind of trying to not want to have to do it. All right, guys. Well, I better jump off here. I'm meeting with the nurse in an hour, so I got to have my munchy foods first and get my birth plan together. We're going to go over my birth plan. She gave me a paper to fill out, and I got to do that, and then we're going to talk about that. And then, reminder for the members at 2 o'clock today, not 3, 2 o'clock, because I'm going to go to the library and do the Meet the Mommies class or whatever. When I had my son, men didn't generally get paternity leave. Yeah? Well, I'm going to need my Jefferson. 100%. I'm going to need him. I need help. My mom did offer to come and stay. She's like, you just call me when you're ready. Which I'm sure will probably be when Jeff goes back to work or something. Just to help and be here and hang out and all that, So. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you had a lovely time enjoying the bracelets and the soft flex doings. So again, this is Lucky Charms, and they still had some on the website last time I looked, if you were looking for your kit. This will probably be our last soft flex project for Lucky Charms. I had a couple others planned, but I think this will be the last one. Yeah, and I will see some of you later, and I will see some of you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to unbox Dollar Bead Box. Okay? Okay. Have a good day, everybody. Bye!